Andrey Santos to Manchester United is creating a divide among fans, and that is understandable, because this is not the glamour signing, this is not the obvious superstar name, this is not the kind of transfer that instantly wins the headline. But that is exactly why it needs proper football analysis. The wrong question is Andrey Santos already worth £50 million? The right question is, why are Manchester United buying him, and what problem does he solve? Because great transfers do not solve one problem, they solve five. And Santos is not being bought as the finished article. He is being bought as a starter in development, a player who can become part of the next Manchester United midfield, not just fill a gap for one season. The reason fans are divided is simple. He is not a glamour name. The fee feels aggressive. He is not yet a locked Premier League starter, and many supporters naturally want a headline signing. But the real question is not fame. The real question is fit. United are buying profile and pathway. That is why the SirAlex transfer fit verdict looks at more than reputation. It looks at role, price, manager fit, squad need, development pathway, value growth and future stature. On the fresh audit, Santos is 22. He is a central midfielder who can also cover defensive midfield zones. He is right-footed. His best role is box-to-box midfielder or double pivot midfielder. The reported fee is around £50 million. His injury profile is relatively clean, and his Brazil pathway gives him international upside. So the correct label is not superstar today. The correct label is starter in development. Now, what kind of midfielder is he? Santos is a modern two-way midfielder. He wins duels, he recovers possession, he carries the ball, he arrives in the box, and he keeps moving. But there is a warning. He is not a deep playmaker yet, and he is not a pure destroyer. If United use him as a lone number 6 and ask him to control every phase alone, they will reduce his value. His best football comes when he has a partner. That brings us to formation fit. The best setup is a 4-2-3-1 double pivot. That gives Santos the freedom to press, cover, recover and arrive. The second fit is a 4-3-3, where he plays as a running number 8. He can also help in a 3-2 build-up, but the warning is clear. Do not make him a lone number 6 full-time. He is a box-to-box 8 and double pivot midfielder. That is where the transfer makes sense. So why is Michael Carrick buying him? Because Santos solves 5 problems. He gives United younger midfield legs. He improves transition protection. He brings second ball aggression. He future-proofs the midfield, and he lets Bruno Fernandes stay higher. This is not luxury recruitment. This is structural recruitment. United need a midfield that can run, recover, protect, and still develop. Santos fits that direction. Now the starter or rotation question. In year 1, Santos should not be forced to carry the midfield. The projection is around 2,100 to 2,600 minutes. That means heavy rotation, semi-starter status, and a gradual rise. In year 2, he should move towards 2,800 to 3,200 minutes. That is regular starter territory. In year 3, he should become an established first 11 midfielder. In year 4, the target is core midfielder status. The pathway is simple: rotation, starter, core. Does he elevate United? Yes, but in a functional way, not a flashy way. Santos alone can lift midfield functionality by around 5 to 7%. He improves transition defense. He increases press intensity. He protects the back four. He lets Bruno stay higher, and he reduces Kobbie Mainoo's burden. That is important. He does not make United more glamorous. He makes United more functional, and over a full Premier League season, functionality wins points. Now comes the big Ederson question. Are Santos and Ederson similar signings? No, they are adjacent profiles, not duplicates. Ederson is 27, Santos is 22. Ederson is the floor raiser, Santos is the ceiling raiser. Ederson gives immediate Premier League readiness, defensive stability, structure and prime age output. Santos gives higher upside, development, ball winning, box-to-box athleticism, resale growth and long-term core potential. That is why signing both makes sense. One raises the floor, the other raises the ceiling. Together they give United balance, protection, progression and long-term value. In a 4-2-3-1, Ederson can hold and stabilise. Santos can press, cover and arrive. Bruno can stay higher. Mainoo carries less burden. Together the pairing can lift United's midfield functionality by around 10 to 14%. That is the midfield rebuild. Not one Brazilian midfielder, a two-player engine. Now the money. The current fair value model puts Santos around 42 to 46 million pounds. The reported fee is around 50 million, so yes, United are paying a premium, but it is not a reckless premium. It is a future starter premium, not a current superstar fee. The fee becomes much easier to justify if Santos becomes a regular starter by year 2 and a core midfielder by year 4. The value appreciation model is where the upside becomes clearer. In the bear bear case, Santos is worth around £35 to £45 million by 2029. That happens if he remains a rotation player, his passing growth stalls, and he does not become a Brazil regular. In the base case, he reaches 60 to 70 million. That happens if he becomes a regular starter, plays around 2,800 to 3,300 minutes, fits the double pivot, and becomes part of Brazil's senior squad picture. In the bull case, he reaches 75 to 85 million. That happens if he becomes an automatic starter, forms a strong partnership, adds 6 to 10 goals and assists from midfield, and starts Champions League knockout games. In the elite case, he reaches 90 to 105 million. That happens only if he becomes undroppable, a locked Brazil starter, and a complete two-way midfielder. The most probable outcome is base to bull. The SirAlex forecast value for 2029 is 65 to 75 million pounds. Now the conclusive 4-year forecast. This is separate from VAM. VAM is scenario analysis. The conclusive forecast is what we believe is most likely. Year 1, heavy rotation adaptation, 2,100 to 2,600 minutes. Year 2, regular starter, stronger chemistry. Year 3, established Champions League level midfielder. Year 4, United core midfielder, Brazil regular or near regular. By year 4, the projected value is 72 to 82 million pounds, and the projected stature is top 10 to 15 central midfielder in world football by role profile. Not top 5 yet, but a recognised Premier League midfield force. Now, can United challenge for the title with the current squad plus Santos and Ederson? The honest answer is, not yet as favourites. They become much stronger, the midfield becomes more athletic, the defensive stability improves, the energy level rises, but they are still dependent on Bruno for creativity. They still need more final third output. They still need more defensive depth. With Santos and Ederson, the realistic aspiration is top 3, around 72 to 78 points, Champions League knockout progress, and a domestic trophy push. Title status, outside challenger, not yet favourite. To become real title challengers in the next 2 years, United still need 3 more profiles: a final third forward, a controller or progression midfielder, and a left-sided defender. The 3 SirAlex data fit suggestions are Christos Zolis, Angelo Stiller, Castello Luqueba. Zolis adds wide goals, directness and output. Stiller adds tempo, line-breaking passing and control. Luqueba adds left-footed balance, recovery pace and defensive security. Not glamour, fit, talent, data and value. Finally, the risk register. The main risks are overpaying for potential, misusing Santos as a lone number 6, passing development stalling, United pressure affecting adaptation, Ederson's deal being delayed or not completed, and fan impatience. The success conditions are just as clear. Give him 2,100 to 2,600 minutes in year 1. Give him 1 primary role. Put a stable partner beside him. Do not force him into the lone number 6 pathway. Give him Champions League exposure and develop his progressive passing and press resistance. If United manage the pathway correctly, the final TFV verdict is strong. Tactical fit, high. Manager needs solved, high. Starter pathway, strong. VAM upside, excellent. Santos and Ederson complementarity, excellent. Final TFV score, 86 out of 100. Verdict, approved. The key takeaway for fans is simple. Andrey Santos is not a glamour signing. He is a structure signing. He is not being bought to win the transfer window today. He is being bought to help build Manchester United's midfield tomorrow. Ederson raises the floor, Santos raises the ceiling, and if United add the right final third output, controller profile and defensive security around them, this becomes more than a rebuild. It becomes the foundation of a title-challenging team. Discipline today, dominance tomorrow. If you want football analysis before the headline, subscribe to SirAlex. Not hype, not recycled transfer talk. TFV, CFV and VAM. Every signing judged by role, value, fit, pathway and future impact. Original football intelligence before the headline. This is SirAlex.